Hi guys, I'm Sticks.
I'm Stone.
Welcome to Rock and Roll Nerds.
And this is our review on WWE's Royal Rumble 2015.
And I'm Josh Jones.
Fuck.
Hi guys, welcome to our review on WWE Royal Rumble 2015.
Woo. And we have a special guest with us, as you may or may not know.
Fuck! Where is he?
The dude in the middle.
It's
Yes.
Mr. Josh Jones.
I was here
The
last,
wrestling guy.
I was here last week because
Yes.
someone had bigger fish to
He was here last week helping us out because someone had boiler issues.
Yeah, I had boiler issues, Josh.
Oh, it's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, and my
So-
mallet's gone missing.
We've decided to bring
My mallet.
Oh, never mind. Hey,
we decided to bring him back for our review on Royal Rumble because he's the wrestling guy.
rock and roll nerd, wrestling nerd, duck,
Twat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, we went to Birmingham last night.
Mm-hmm.
What was it, the Junglers Comedy Club?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, we've been there a couple of times now. And I always do the pay-per-views there, or most pay-per-views anyway.
Yeah.
Get some beer, get some food, watch it all, have some fun, maybe some chicken, maybe some sex, see where things
See
go.
what happens.
Yeah. Well, eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
But,
No offense to
So
the
yeah, we
listeners.
decided to do a review on the Rumble and what we thought about each match.
So we're very, very tired today.
Yeah, we have not had a lot of sleep, to
Yeah.
be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, first match,
Yes.
which was
The Outlaws versus the Ascension. Right.
so yeah, it was a good match.
Yeah. Well, you heard right. Yeah, the New Age Outlaws were there.
They
They
damn
were.
right.
Yeah.
Billy Gunn with his new haircut.
Yeah.
Mm.
A bit queer, I thought. Either way. A road dog with a tattoo on the back of his
These are
head.
wrestlers. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Beat you up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Good, yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah,
Yeah, it was a okay opening match, I suppose. For
yeah, it was good to see the Outlaws there again. I think that was probably the main draw.
Really not sure how I feel about the Ascension. When I first saw
Yeah.
them,
Yeah, I'm like that. I think it's.
they remind me of... I honestly thought it was a Doritos advert when I first saw them.
yeah, I remember you saying that.
Seriously, I thought it was like, sponsorship Doritos, so it's a comedy advert.
Yeah,
They're a bit weird, but I think it's one of the things that have to grow on you.
Yeah.
Possibly. It depends
Like
how
a
they do. They're
tumour.
good wrestlers. Like a tumour.
Like a
You
dig.
just accept the fact they're there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're kind of like the new powerhouse tag team, but they're very similar to every other powerhouse tag team the company's ever had.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, another two of these guys again.
Yeah.
Right.
Here we go.
But they gave them a main push last night by letting them
Fight
beat
the Outlaws.
beat the Outlaws. You know?
Well, yeah.
So I think that's their first major push because the rest of it has just been like small people and local competitors and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So it's
I mean, the
not really been a
Outlaws.
challenge for them.
The Outlaws have still got it as well. They do really well. So,
Especially Billy Gunn.
well, yeah.
I think even at his age, I think he's still got some killer moves.
Well, they're what, in their 50s, maybe
Mhm.
approaching 60s, and half the time they're better athletes than the Ascension. So, because they're
Says a
just
lot.
pure brute force, which is a gimmick, but I don't know if it's going to work for them. So,
Let's see how this plays.
we'll see what the future has in store for them.
What the future holds, I think, is what you're trying to get there.
But has in store works as well. Has in
Do
store.
that more.
Yeah. New Age Outlaws Ascension.
So we're doing a dance trio.
Yes. But to back it up a minute,
So yeah, that was a good opener match.
Yeah.
And then
the Ascension won.
yes.
Yeah.
So the second match was the tag titles, wasn't it?
It was.
Usos versus Miz and Mizdow.
Yeah, we
The
like
rematch.
The rematch,
Yeah, we do like Miz.
Yeah,
We do
Mizdow
like
was so
We don't
awesome.
like Miz.
Miz is a wanker.
Yeah. But we do like the fact that like the crowd boos Miz.
Yeah, it's every single time they just boo, and then Mizdow puts his hands up. Hey!
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. It's so cool.
It looks like they're pushing for something to happen with Damien. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be at WrestleMania. It's going to be him versus Miz.
Yeah.
They're bit by bit they're teasing it more and more with each
Maybe.
week.
But
they're going
well, something else happened later in the night, which we'll touch on.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
But as a tag team match, just another solid, regular tag team title match.
Yeah, I mean the Usos don't really. They don't really
They got
have title
time.
matches. They're just pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I did get quite into it, thinking, oh, the belts might actually swap hands here, which is exactly what you want in a match. You want it to be like, oh, I don't know which way this is going to go. But end of the day, that's lovely, thank you. At the end of the day, Usos are still the tag team champions, and Mizdow carried the match by being a moron, basically.
I love it.
Yeah, it's his gimmick. It's working. It's funny, and it's the best thing well, not the best thing, but one of the good things that WWE are doing right now.
Yeah.
Compared to all
A
the
lot
other
of other
fuck-ups.
stuff. We'll get to that. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. This is the good parts. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Next.
Right, so next was the
Divas.
match.
Sorry to say it like that.
If you wish to do what we did during this match and leave for a piss while we talk about this,
Go get a
then
beer.
by all means, come back 3 minutes later.
I had a cigarette. So I didn't really see much of it.
Cigarette, piss, beer. That was hard.
From what we saw, simple Divas tag match. It was Natalia and Paige versus the Bella Twins. For some reason, the Bella Twins are just all fucking friendly and happy again.
Yeah, no
a few months.
explanation.
It's weird, wasn't it? It's like a few months ago they were at each other's throats.
Yeah, it's been 2 months with no explanation. It's like, well, why?
Why?
Yeah, you hated each other.
Maybe they thought people weren't paying enough attention to this.
But we were. That was the weird
exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
That was the first time we started to pay attention to
No,
it.
the Bella Twins have an interesting storyline. Oh, let's drop that and have them friends again. But give the belt to one of them and not even have a Divas title match at the event. We'll put them in a tag team. Which I didn't really get.
I mean, it was alright, it was good.
Yeah, Paige and Natalia
fun.
are very talented divas. The Bella Twins are again there.
Talent is not sexually transmitted.
Yes. Alright, AJ Lee.
AJ said that.
Yeah.
Because obviously one's dating Cena and one's dating Brian.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, now I get it. Yeah. Yeah.
That I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah, thank you.
So yeah, that was alright.
Yeah, it was a divas match. It was needed.
It's happy to see Paige again. We like Paige.
Yeah, but not
British
British.
English.
British Paige.
Because she's English, I think she came from that background, from that documentary, The Wrestling Family, didn't she?
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that, and then just thought, oh, wicked, she's got into WWE, and now she's like one of the biggest divas. And I think it's good.
Yeah.
It's good fun.
Yeah, and Natalia's just as talented. Trained in the Heart Dungeon, which don't know if you guys will know about, but wrestling fans know about it. It's a very famous training facility. They are trained by Bret Hart and the family and stuff like that. So you got to know Bret Hart is, right?
Of course.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, good to see Natalia.
Segue news there.
Yeah, they still lost.
Yeah.
Shows you what the direction's going at. So yeah, Bella's beat Natalia and Paige. Paige.
So yeah, that was that
That's
match.
what we saw when we came back from our fag, piss and beer.
Yeah, yeah,
Not in
women.
the same
Not at the same time.
We're going to go on to our main event in a bit, but first of all, a word from our sponsor.
Hello, my name's Phil, his name's Bob. Welcome to our Bits and Bobs Limited. Shut up! Welcome to our Bits and Bobs Limited. Shh. Look out for a promotional video for our new album.
Video album.
Hush.
Go video. R.R.N Productions take you through a trip through nature with Phil and Bob, with song snippets such as Born on Lawn, a request of a pimp.
The green grass feels so moist, like a pimp spitting on my watchcloth. I thought I heard the sound of a tiny voice, and this line doesn't rhyme.
Also including Winnie the Pooh was a bit of a shit.
Winnie the Pooh was a bit of a shit. He sold smack to Piglet and hit him with a fish. And he was a miserable fuck.
And who can forget, shouting at a fence is a waste of time.
Shouting at a fence is a waste of time. It won't listen, it won't do any good. It's as stubborn as a cupboard that won't eat its mushrooms, and by the way, it's made out of wood.
Order now and you'll get the bonus track, I'm Scared That Autumn is Sexist.
Once a year the leaves will change into a brain-damaged sort of crisp. The men will cheer and eat some lard, but is my mum's vagina at risk?
Hi guys, welcome back. We're now on to talking about the two main events, which was the title match, Triple Threat, and the Royal Rumble itself. So we're going to go to the title first, which was the Triple Threat between John Cena, Seth Rollins, and the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
The big dude with a sword on his chest.
Yeah. And already a match of the year candidate.
Yes.
It was very good.
It was probably it was the match of the night.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Didn't slow pace whatsoever.
No, it was pretty brutal, really, and also it could have been anyone's game so many times.
Yeah, it was a million times we were like going, oh!
I mean, that's like close pins. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, just on the third one
Yeah.
near the end.
Well, you were well into it because you put a bet on it.
I was always
Yeah.
a bet on it. But
So, did you win?
No.
No, of course you didn't.
let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not that whole really mat-based wrestling. It was a lot of high-flying, hardcore, smash mouth, you know, technical wrestling's good, but you know, Cena can't do that to save his life. Brock doesn't want to do that. Yeah, he put in a Kimura lock at some point.
Yeah, he did quite early on. He put a Kimura lock on.
But the
Cena.
rest of the time it was like, well, Seth and Cena. I think I'll just throw them about the arena a little bit.
Yeah.
Brock just every single time he was in the ring just dominated the two of them. I mean, there's one point where he was just back and forth in the two of them, just suplexing one, then going to the other and suplexing the other at least 6 times.
Yeah.
The guy's just a dominant
He's
force.
the beast.
He really
He's the
is.
beast.
He lives up to his name.
Yeah.
It's a shame he's not at every pay-per-view rather than just 2.
Yeah.
There's a bit where he was on the announcer table, and Seth came through.
Yeah,
the flight.
flying
Yeah.
wow. through.
That
He
was
got
good.
a
You saw
lot,
the fear in Brock's face, didn't
Yeah,
you?
it was like slow motion. You could see.
a lot of height was going. Just
Yeah.
so we give you the picture, Brock on the commentator table, Seth on the top rope, flown from the top rope, pretty much through Brock.
Yeah.
And the table broke as well, but I think Brock got the worst of it.
Yeah, he was out for a good- Yeah, he was good for. He's out
10 minutes. He was
Yeah,
out.
at least that. Yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
basically Cena and Rollins show for a good 10 minutes.
We think he might have had something wrong with his eye. Something looked a bit dodgy with his eye.
He'll probably have a black eye tomorrow.
Yeah, but it even looked like a detached retina or something. It looked a little bit weird. We might hear more about it later. I don't know.
But yeah, so then after that, it was Cena versus Rollins for a while he was getting stretchered. Then, that pit was probably one of the most tense parts.
Yeah,
Because
we didn't want Cena to win.
Because obviously every time Cena was pinning Rollins, we didn't want him to win. And Jesus Christ, it was so close. The third count. At one point, I generally thought that was it.
Oh yeah, so did I.
It was so
That
close,
shit.
some of those counts. It was nerve-wracking, and then Lesnar just came in and destroyed the both of them.
He used to do a bit of a lie down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
had a bit of a rest. Because I
Put
think,
his retina back in.
yeah, there were bits I forgot about which I've just remembered, which is handy, isn't it?
Mm.
Where J&J Security got involved quite early, and
Mm.
he German suplexed them both at the same time,
Yeah.
an arm each, and they went, had a pretty rough landing.
Yeah,
Really.
a bit, didn't
So yeah, that's all he really did. If anyone he could grab, it, you know, he'd suplex. Couple of good spots. Cena speared Lesnar through the barrier. I mean, kudos to Cena. He did an alright job.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it's depending on who Cena fights with, can bring out the best in him. And I think someone like Rollins brings out the best in him, like Bryan brings out the best in him.
Yeah.
But if he's playing with other people, that it's certain ones he's just, you think, he's not as good as everyone says he is, thinks he is.
But Rollins proved himself as a main event star. What I was happy that it weren't Cena versus Lesnar yet again.
Mm.
But when they announced Seth is in it as a triple threat, I was like, really? Is it his time to be involved in this little equation? But it worked. I mean, he really impressed me and did some weird kind of backwards corkscrew shooting star press that made my brother kind of go, "Wait, wait." Yeah,
That's quite impressive.
yeah, I was like, what the fuck was that? I think it just kind of twisted.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Good.
hardcore, brutal, and Brock Lesnar's still your WWE World
Yes, he
Heavyweight
managed
Champion.
to come back in and annihilate the two of them. F5 Rollins,
Yeah.
and then pin him.
Yeah, no money in the bank cash in because I don't think Seth could hardly stand.
Yeah, because that was the thing. As soon as we were done, it was like, well, you can still cash in. And we looked across the ring and he was out. It was like, no, he
Yeah.
ain't cashing in.
Well, we one of our speculations was, will Randy Orton get involved? Not a peep. By
Nothing
the
at all.
legend
We even
guy.
thought that maybe even Sting might get involved.
Yeah,
No, nothing.
no Sting, no Triple H, nothing. It was just, which I kind of liked. Apart from J&J sticking their nose in, it was pretty much just those three.
Solid
No-
match.
Yeah, no interferences. Just a lot of like, Heyman having to run away from steel steps.
Oh yeah,
That was pretty funny. Nearly got crushed a couple of times those steel
Yeah.
steps.
Keep in the way. Fuck off, Heyman.
I know,
Yeah.
stay out of the way, you fat prick.
I like Heyman, but it did seem that his presence was pretty unnecessary.
Yeah.
I mean, he had to be there because he's Lesnar's manager, but
Yeah.
I thought they could have used him. But to be fair, they didn't have to. Just a solid triple threat match.
It was a good
And
match.
yeah, let's say, match of the year candidate already. I think, anyway.
Absolutely.
There's one main event.
Hey! And now,
It's time
for a review on the Royal Rumble match! Don't get too
Yeah,
excited.
don't get your hopes up.
Well, that could-
It was a repeat of last year, sort of.
Disappointing. That's us three
Yeah.
and the match.
Yeah.
So, yeah, do you want to leave it at Sticks? What you...
Wow. It started off okay, I think, when Bray came out.
Started with a lot of
Bray?
hooks.
Well, no, he didn't start
yeah.
off with Bray, did it? But he came quite early, didn't he?
He
But,
was dominant.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who was the first one? Was it Miz? First
Yeah,
one?
No,
Miz.
truth.
No,
But no, entrance number 3, number 3 was Bubba Ray Dudley.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Yeah, Bubba Ray's
That's
back.
what
I don't know if it was a one-off.
I think it was one off.
Yeah, I think it might. Yeah, I don't. If he's back, but it wouldn't work without Devon.
He did pretty well for a bit as well.
Yeah, it was okay.
It was good fun. He did like some 3D type stuff with
With
It
our truth.
was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. To see.
And, we had Bray come out as well, and he did very well.
He dominated for most of the match,
Yeah,
really.
but then
Yeah.
we also had Luke Harper come out,
Yeah,
and then Eric Warren came out,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
and then we had all three, and Eric Warren wasn't part of the Rumble.
No, it was
He
Curtis
interrupted.
Axel that came
Yeah.
out, threw him to the side, and took his
So he
place.
took his place, went on there, and it was kind of like, they were all looking at each other, it was like a Wild West standoff, wasn't it, for a
Yeah.
bit, and I was like, what's going on? And then Luke Harper just,
Turned his
The
gun.
Bray.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to turn on Bray, and then it was a double cross with that, and then
Yeah,
suddenly
they started
Harper
beating
and
the
Bray
crap
started
out of
kicking
each
shit
other.
and rolling. So I
and
mean,
then,
I bet Curtis was well pleased with that.
yeah, he literally got 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's
of
your moment
airtime.
at the Royal Rumble,
No,
Axel.
how shit was that for him?
And then, well, yeah, Bray laid on for the next 40 minutes pretty much. after
Yeah, we
that.
had some good
So,
people. The Boogeyman came out.
Yeah, the
as well.
Boogeyman.
It was creepy. as
DDP.
DDP came out looking old.
Seasoned.
Yeah, he was old, but he was in shape because of DDP yoga, which is actually a thing. I'm not going to try. Right, who else?
Obviously loads more came out. Daniel Bryan came out.
fuck.
And
Good
he
team,
was
yeah.
one of the favourites to win, I think. And obviously we all thought that was going to be the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And he got knocked out early.
Yeah,
And it was a big shocker, but it kind of sucked.
Mm.
Because we wanted him to be at least in the last 4. And he
Yeah.
was, 6th, 7th to go?
I
He
liked
basically went over,
Shox.
he was chucked over the apron by someone. He stood there, and then Bray just came and charged and knocked him over. And then the shock in Bryan's face.
But everyone.
We're all like,
yeah.
what? I was
So-
like, you've got to be kidding me.
It was weird because from then on we pretty much knew how the rest of the match was going to go.
Yeah.
As soon as Bray was out as well, it was like, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
that's the thing. Once Bryan had gone, it was like, right, it's either got to be Ambrose, Bray, or Ziggler.
Or
It's like, and
Reigns.
we don't want Reigns.
yeah.
And as soon, like I said, as soon as Bray was gone, right, okay, I can see where this
Yeah,
is going.
this
There's a
is
pattern emerging.
weird. There's some people entered that I just didn't think I'd be in there. Like
No,
Titus O'Neil, if you remember him, that every single person in the arena was, and where we were at.
Yeah.
Titus, why? And Big E, you had to have Kofi in because
Yeah, you always got to have Kofi because he always does something good for the Rumble. And this year it was he was chucked out, but Adam Rose's Rosebud people were there. He got chucked out, and they partied him round the corner and put him back in the ring.
yeah,
So that was his little party piece.
And
of
Adam
shit.
Rose got chucked out straight away.
Yeah, he
No,
did.
no,
his party didn't help him there.
That was another thing that annoyed me. Too many times through this whole Rumble match, people were getting chucked out far too early.
Mm.
They weren't giving them enough time in the ring. There was only about 8 people in the ring, max, at one
Yeah.
time.
Usually it's just chaos of like 10 to 12 people.
Yeah, I
just,
don't like that. I think you should all have a decent time in the ring. I think a maximum of 2 people should get knocked out quick.
Mm.
That's for a bit of a comedic appeal kind of thing. But
Yeah.
overall, you should give people enough time in the ring.
yeah, well, for a while, Bray just. Someone would enter with Bray by himself in the ring, and he took him straight out again before the next person was even in.
Yeah.
Happened with
So
Zack
he's
Ryder.
just standing there. Yeah.
But it only changed when Daniel Bryan entered.
Mm.
I can't remember who came in after that. Yeah,
Okay.
couple of the usuals.
Yeah,
Goldust. Oh yeah, Goldust and Stardust. Yeah, they had a bit of a fight.
Yeah, they did.
he did.
So
yeah,
it's a
Stardust
bit of a
tried to.
rivalry there.
Yeah, he
A
tried
rift.
To, yeah, it looked like Stardust tried to chuck Goldust out, and then they had a bit of a tiff.
A rift in the cosmic keys.
And then we also had Miz Dow.
Miz Dow, yes.
Back to Miz
He
Dow.
was walking down, people were loving it, and then
Yeah.
suddenly the Miz turned up, pointing in his face, told him to fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Miz was first eliminated,
Yeah.
but he tried to take Miz Dow's place because
Yeah.
he stood double.
So he went
Yeah.
back in and he just got kicked straight out again.
So Miz Dow was like,
And Miz Dow was like, fuck it.
and everyone's
And
going,
he-
go in. He went in and kicked a load of ass for a bit, didn't he?
Yeah, for about 5.
No, it wasn't even that. It was
Yeah.
about a minute.
And then he got kicked out himself.
And went back into character.
Went back into character, crying on the floor next to Miz as Miz was crying.
Yeah.
Well, Miz was going batshit at him,
Yeah,
but because he was doing that, he was going
Because of the
batshit
stunt-
back.
Yeah, he was done stunt doubling, so he was going batshit himself,
Yeah.
really.
Comedy gold.
Indeed.
So we like Miz Dow, he's really funny.
We
but
do,
We can't wait for those two to
We are
eventually go
thinking,
against each other.
as we said earlier, we're thinking like that's going to become more of a story going on.
Yeah, there
we
will
hope
be.
so.
There will be. I mean, there was some faces in there that they did all right, but didn't really make any impact. There was Tyson Kidd, Badus Barrett, and Cesaro, who swung Ziggler around pretty fast. Yeah, it was like 11 swings in less than 10 seconds.
Yeah. Then obviously we had Reigns come out. I think he was like number 19 or something like that.
Yeah.
Big Show was 29. Ziggler was 30.
Yeah.
Obviously had Ryback as well.
Kane was quite late.
Late. I mean, later on it was kind of like Kane and Big Show just kind of teamed up and just kicked everyone's ass.
Yeah.
They chucked Bray Wyatt out. They
knocked fucking Ziggler. When
Yeah,
he jumped
knocked-
off the thing.
Oh, knocked
Big
him
Show
out.
knocked him out.
Yeah. Big old punch.
Big up. Yeah, that was it. I mean, Ziggler spent most of his time on the apron, didn't he?
Yeah, it was weird.
He was number 30, so I thought, right, they're leaving him to number 30. Clearly they got some kind of thing here where they really want to amp him up. No, 2-3 minutes, maybe 4, he was on the apron most of the time, and then he just got a knockout punch and chucked over the top. And we were just, I think we heard the whole crowd just go,
What's the point?
come on, what was the point?
It was weird. I mean, well, it was also weird that a couple of people that were rumoured to be in there. Now, obviously, we can't just go by rumour, but there was no Bo Dallas, who was meant to come back. No Randy, no Sheamus. There were meant to be 2 guys from NXT in there because they did that
Didn't
last time
happen.
with Rusev.
That's the thing, the last few years they've always had one NXT person come
Not
up.
this year.
Did nothing this year.
Well, they had DDP and Boogeyman. It's like, oh yeah, you can have them and NXT guys. You don't need Titus O'Neil. I would have been happy without Zack Ryder. No offence to Zack Ryder, but yeah, it was.
So yeah, he got whittled down to Reigns, Show, and Kane.
Yeah, but also Rusev.
Oh, and
was still,
Rusev, yeah.
Rusev was still kicking around. He didn't get eliminated.
He went
down
under the rope.
Under the rope. He was just down and out for a while. And we all knew this. We thought, right, this is going
But
to
you
come
can't
back.
forget about it.
Yeah, you
can't
for
forget
a long
about
time.
And then Reigns was able to take those 2 down. You think, oh, he's won then. And you think, well, no, Rusev's still around somewhere.
It was weird because Kane and Big Show started having a fight amongst themselves, didn't they? Which led to their elimination.
Wasn't it? It was their Show tried to take Kane out at the same
Yeah,
time as Reigns.
Kane was like trying to push Reigns out,
Yeah.
and Big Show was trying to like give it a push, and Kane comes, what are you doing? He's like, I didn't do anything, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Slap, bit of a slap, bit of a slap, bit of a slap.
And in the argument, obviously Reigns took his advantage and took them both over the rope.
Yeah. The fuck up was as soon as they went over the rope, the bell went like the match was over. But everyone was, a lot of people were still aware that Rusev was still uneliminated.
We want Rusev.
Yeah.
And you have like 50,000 Americans
shouting out for a Russian.
A Bulgarian
that's
Russian.
been pissing all of them off for the past like 6 months or
Yeah.
so. Probably
It's
longer.
a failure.
It says a lot.
Yeah.
And it's the fact that we like Reigns. We think he's got main event material. He's a good wrestler. He's a good up and coming wrestler. He's got potential, and yes, he will be main event material at some point.
The
But
crowd do like Reigns.
and we do like Reigns. But it's kind of like it's a repeat of what they did last year with Batista. It's not giving us what we want. They're telling us what we're meant to like, and they're kind of like they think, well, we made the mistake of not giving it to Reigns last year. We'll give it to you this year. It's like no, a lot can change in a year. It's like you don't do that. You don't. Bryan's obviously been injured and he's come back. Ziggler's become such a big deal now, and Ambrose has even become a big deal. Those 3 guys, one of them should have gone through because they were given such a big push. But no, you give us the obvious.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. It's the Rumble's starting to become too predictable.
The problem was if Bryan and Reigns were the last 2, which was predicted, but we would have been happy with. I think a majority, like they were anyway, would have been rooting for Bryan. But if it was like, right, it's down to this, Bryan, Reigns, and they still went with Reigns to the victory, it'd be like, well,
Yeah,
alright, Reigns.
yeah,
But
a little
Bryan
bit
being
less.
eliminated so early, it was kind of like, why Reigns?
Yeah.
And then you have the hope of Ziggler and Ambrose and all that, and they get binned over the top rope, they're nothing.
Yeah, that's the thing. It wasn't even like a really cool
Wasn't a
elimination.
fight or anything, yeah.
It was kind of like basically Kane and Big Show destroyed them, picked them up like they were a piece of fucking paper, and just chucked them over the top. And everyone was like, "What?"
Yeah, it was
It's
a
like,
bit
it
lame.
wasn't
The
even
worst thing
fun.
as well was the fact that like they tried to bring the Rock in
Yeah,
to
the Rock
try,
was there.
to try and get some more cheers from
Rock
Reigns at
appeared.
the end. It was kind of like we know they're going to boo you because it's not what they want, but we'll get the Rock out. So,
And it didn't help.
He's in Philly.
Didn't
we'll get him
help
in.
at all.
No,
No.
didn't even work.
He probably got a few cheers while he was like kicking a bit of ass.
I think they cheered when his music went off, and then as soon as he came down, they kind of went,
So, he's here.
"Oh, okay,
Show up.
yeah, whatever."
Yeah.
And you could even see it in The Rock's face. He was like, there's nothing else I can do, mate.
Yeah.
This is all I can do for you.
Yeah.
So I'll give you a hug and congratulations, but I'm not going to change. If I can't change these people's minds, you got
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
But with back to the Rusev thing. Like I said, we thought obviously Reigns had won, and then Rusev appeared out of nowhere, and they started fighting. We were like, for the first time ever, we were like, come on, Rusev, come on! And then we just no, he got binned off as well. Reigns won the Rumble. Rock came out, kicked Big Show and Kane's ass,
Yeah.
and then everybody just kept booing.
So yeah.
It was
And then Triple
Triple
H
H
and Steph came out for a bit, didn't they?
Okay.
just talking, getting annoyed. Like, oh, you little rascal!
You little Roman.
It's like everyone just went home disappointed, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was quite disappointing. And it's a
Just
shame
like-
because I would have thought they would have learnt their lesson from last year's Rumble, of how bad that was.
The returns were good. The Royal Rumble match, as a match, weren't too bad. But because of how predictable it became, it was
Yeah.
kind of like, well, it's just this is a
It's
waste
a matter
of
of time.
Yeah.
We know what's going to happen. And it's the greatest thing about we do when we go to watch pay-per-views is the unknown.
Yeah.
Not knowing what's going to happen.
Surprise us.
And, yeah, surprises and being really, like, it's a shock value. And it's not a
Paying
shock
that
value.
money as well.
Yeah, exactly. You pay the money, and it's kind of like, well, if it's not a shock value, it's so fucking predictable.
But,
You know what I mean? It's a disappointment.
Yeah, I mean the shock was Bryan being eliminated, which was kind of like, whoa, that's new, but why? There was no explanation
No
for it.
reason.
Which is why, as much as it gutted me when the streak ended at Mania, that's the biggest shock I've ever had in a wrestling show.
Yeah, so.
And I could tell by everybody in, not just in the arena, but in the room we were in, because we were at the club again. And it was just like, that? What? Kind of thing. And it wasn't as shocking as that when Bryan was eliminated, but it was that kind of like, huh? Why?
It's just.
And then Reigns won predictably. The Rock wasn't a prediction, but it's like, well, it's kind of like he's in Philly, so we'll use him, even though there's no point.
There's no reason to.
Yeah.
I mean, what's he going to do? He's not going to come in on Monday and Raw and start a fucking feud with anybody, is he?
Well, we don't know yet.
Nah.
I doubt it.
He won't. Because he came in and had a little banter with Rusev a few months back, and that never led to anything. So
No. So
it's basically just saying he's the Rock. He's so big and everything. If he just comes back and says some words and does the rock bottom and the people's elbow, people will go nuts. It's like, well, eventually, everyone's going to go, don't care.
Yeah.
You're not wrestling. You're just coming in and performing a couple of moves. It doesn't take you 5 seconds, and then you're off again.
One thing that I noticed last night as well is The Rock's always quite a big guy. Compared to Roman Reigns, he's not.
He's not as big. Yeah, he's leaner
Roman
than
Reigns is a big motherfucker.
Yeah, he's a lot.
yeah, you realise they're family, right? Just
Yeah.
just
His nephew,
Just
isn't
checking.
it?
cousins.
Cousins. That
Yeah.
was it.
But yeah, it's one of them where like last year obviously they nearly fucked up with the WrestleMania 30 main event. It was like, oh, people like to see Batista Orton. No, they wouldn't. Throw Bryan in there. Save the pay-per-view. It's going to be something similar.
Yeah,
if they're not bloody careful.
we don't know. I think the things are what they're going to do. They're going to do the same thing again. We'll go right. We've got to try and sort this.
We'll
again.
put Bryan back
Put
in.
Bryan back in again, or do something like that. Or are they just going to go? You know what? We're sticking to our guns this year. It's going to be Reigns versus
Like it or lump
Lesnar.
it,
Like it or lump it. Because the difference is, last year it was 30. It was a big milestone. 31's carrying on, and it's.
But it's still WrestleMania. Yeah.
I generally don't know what they're going to do. I think they're probably going to stick to their guns.
Maybe.
They might throw a stipulation in, like falls count anywhere or something like that.
It's the WWE. They can do whatever they want.
And get away with it.
Yeah,
There's no
maybe
competition.
they'll-
It's like
Well,
Vince
there's
says,
no
there is
competition,
no
but there's-
competition.
But there's also like we could boycott it, you know, and say right, this is getting ridiculous now. I'm not going to watch it anymore. What's that going to do?
It's not going to do
It's
anything.
not
Yeah.
3 guys isn't going to do anything.
And we still watch it, even no matter how pissed off we get, we still watch
It's
it.
one of them where-
I said that ages ago, if Punk left, I probably wouldn't watch it anymore. He left over a year ago,
It's
and I still watch it.
it's like having faith. You don't want to miss anything. So if something good does happen, which does happen every now and then, you don't want to miss it. Like with Sting's arrival at Survivor Series. We sat here a couple of months back and praised that pay-per-view no end.
Yeah.
It's just this one is we're giving it a 3 out of 5, aren't we?
I think, yeah.
Yeah. But
Three.
purely a 3 because of the title match and the returns.
Yeah, that was it. As far as the actual Rumble match itself,
Yeah.
it was predictable, and it was unfortunate, I'm afraid.
Yeah. So at the minute it looks like it's Roman Reigns Lesnar at the main event of Mania. Unless
Could be fun, but
well, Lesnar's it's scheduled for Fastlane, so they might. I doubt it, but they might have him drop the belt at Fastlane. But again, I think people will still be a bit like, yeah, but whoever who's champion Reigns is going to face him.
yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Bit
Bit
disappointing.
disappointing, but still.
Still had
we
some
were
fun
there.
moments.
Yeah, we had a fun night out.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Something to do.
Eventually.
Yeah, yeah.
Eventually, when the signal.
Free food, free beer, free table.
Eventually.
Eventually.
Go Junglers. You might see us at Junglers.
Comedy club.
Comedy.
Anyway,
So yeah, thanks very much for tuning in for our review of the Royal Rumble. I'm pretty sure the next time we do this, it will be the Mania review. I'm
Probably,
pretty sure.
yeah.
Hopefully, we'll be coming back with some good news and going, "Oh my god, it was amazing."
Someone has the network now. So
who's that?
you do.
It's our product placement again.
999.
So yeah, like and subscribe down below. Find us on Facebook. Find us on Twitter.
Twitter works now.
If you watch WWE but you don't know already, there's obviously got the WWE app, so you can watch all your highlights and that kind of stuff. So go and find that. It's free to download. Obviously, $9.99 a month. You can get the network.
God,
So-
it's like your work for them now.
Yeah, it is kind of thing. But yeah, just if you're that interested and you haven't got it yet, I'll recommend it.
For how much?
For
For
$9.99. Cheers.
Cheers. Wink. Hi guys, thanks for watching that. If you like that, then please like and subscribe down below. Also, if you want to watch another chit chat, click here. If you want to watch another review or top 10, click here. And also, you can find us on Facebook. Cheers guys, thanks for watching.